Hello, Wilson students. This is Mr. Nanari, your art teacher. I was online and saw a couple books being read from a bunch of our staff members. One of them is one of the ones we always do every year, If You Give a Moose a Muffin, and I would like to show you how to do that at home. So this is the final little piece. It was done on just construction paper, which generally we have at school, and I usually have two different colors. Now you're at home, so probably don't have that. If you do, great, use it. If not, I found a couple other things to use instead. So you will need some glue or tape, pair of scissors. I found an old grocery bag, just a brown paper bag. This is what I'm going to use my art project for today. And then any color crayon or a bunch of crayons that you might have laying around. Markers will do too. I'm going to go with the black one. So the first thing we need to do for our moose is, because we're using this paper bag, we need to get this big bag into sheets of paper. So I'm going to cut out. You might need some help with this too. These are a little bit thicker than regular paper. Just going to cut off the bottom. It's the part where groceries or whatnot would sit. I'm going to save that for another art project. And that gives us a big sheet of paper to work with. So if I cut a small section, maybe about a foot long or so, about as long as the tips of your fingers to your elbow. And you'll need 2 of them. Again, I'm going to save this for later. Maybe I can do some paper mache or something with it. But now I have my 2 different pages that I can begin to trace and draw on. I'm going to start off with tracing my hands. Now you can get somebody to help you. You can trace somebody else's hands. Maybe somebody in your house has bigger hands and you want big antlers on that moose. Ask them if you can trace their hands. Or maybe you're not good tracing your own. So you get a little helper to trace your hands for you. Remember, when I'm tracing, I'm pressing down on the paper, and I'm also pressing against my fingers and my hand. So I have my 2 hands traced. I'm going to put this aside. Those were going to be my antlers. This other paper, we're going to make this guy, we're going to make this the head. So moose have really big heads. And they have a big curved spot at the top. And I like to say it's a big, like, frowny face. At the bottom, this is the bottom where their nose is, a smaller little U or happy face. We're going to connect both the top to the bottom. Usually I like to do a little curvy line, but anything will work. So now that I have the shape of my head and the shape of my antlers all drawn and traced out, I'm going to cut those out. So remember to make sure your scissors are pointed away from you. You have your thumb in the small hole, however many fingers you can fit in the other one. You can hold your paper with one hand, and then up and down with the scissors to cut. Now I'm always facing my scissors outward, away from me. I'm turning my paper as I cut. You guys were doing really well this year with that. So we got to keep practicing. So when you come back, we can make some more stuff. All right, so there's my head. I'm seeing some black crayon poking through here. If you don't like it, flip it over. You don't see any crayon marks. I'm just gonna put this to the side. Cut out my hands. Now this is a big paper with lots of cuts. So I like to simplify it a little bit. I'm gonna cut my hands apart and just do one at a time. I also like to make it even more simple. And I'll cut the outside of my hand and just the tops of my fingertips. Little shortcut. Because fingers, when you're cutting them out, those can be hard. And then everything on the inside, I'll cut a little bit down one and stop when I'm down at the bottom. And then I'm going to go to the other side. Down my corners and down to the edge. And your little piece just falls out. Usually if we're trying to cut and then we gotta like turn this and then come back up, and then my fingers are right next to the scissors and it's just a lot harder. So again, I cut one side and come back and I cut the other. I'm gonna do that for all my fingers. And that one hand is going to be one antler. This guy's going to be the other antler. I'm going to do the same thing. Cut the outside, tops of the fingers. And then the inside, one on each side. If you have any younger brothers and sisters too, you can help them with this. Just give you guys something a little extra to do, or just something different that only takes 10 minutes. All right, so I have two antlers, or my two hands, and the head. Now it's time for my crayon and my glue. I'm all done with the scissors. So the eyes, we're going to draw the eyes the same way we drew this top part. I like making big cartoon eyes. So I'm going to do a big letter, upside down letter U, or a big frowny face for both my eyes. Just keep making those upside down U's. You guys have fun with it. Make whatever kind of eyes you want. Some of you I know have some of those googly eyes. Glue those down, make it look silly. That'd be awesome. The other thing that goes on the front part of the moose are his nostrils, or his nose. And by that we do a squished out letter C, or a little like crescent moon. And then a backwards letter C. Or again, a little crescent moon. That's it for the drawing. That's all you gotta do. I'm done with the crayon even. So now we have our antlers to glue on. Doesn't matter which way you go with these. Pick which way you like the best. I'm gonna twist my cap open. Put a little bit of glue down. Just a little bead. We don't need big puddles. close that up so it doesn't dry out. And now this head can go right on top of our antlers, and we have our moose for if you give a moose a muffin. Try to do something different every day, guys. I will continue to put videos up. Anyone from little guys to the big guys. Try different stuff out. It's great to do little kid stuff. It's also really nice and challenging to do something that you don't think you can do, but give it a chance anyways. You're at home. You're not in front of anybody. Just give it a chance. Remember, just hit pause every once in a while. If you need to stop, you can rewind. Have fun with it. All right, guys, take care, and I will talk to you later.